Straight from New Jersey, it's the SNL Nerds, the show where two comics from New Jersey nerd out about Saturday Night Live. I'm your co-host, Darren Patterson.
And I'm your co-host, John Trumbull.
John Trumbull, how are you? How was your Thanksgiving, sir? How are you, old chap, old bean?
It was all right. Just a low-key Thanksgiving. Housemate out of town, so I was on my own. Had to work during the day, but got a nice Thanksgiving meal in the evening, so that was all right.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So you're by yourself, so you can do the things that only those of us could wish we could do, like have Thanksgiving dinner in your underwear and drink straight out the bottle and whatnot.
Yes,
like a true king.
Exactly that. I was in my underwear, which the other people at the restaurant did not appreciate.
Oh boy.
But
like, they're like, sir, look, this is not a White Castle. You can get away with that.
That's their problem.
That's right.
They're hang-ups, man.
That's right. The human body's a beautiful thing. Why are you trying to cover it up?
I mean, not mine, but in general.
In theory.
Beautiful thing. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
How was your Thanksgiving? Was it good?
It was good. Went to a diner with my folks and family and the wife. Like it's become tradition now. We just, instead of anybody cooking anything and us going to somebody's house, we just go to a diner and have them do all the cooking and the clean them ups. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty fun. Just plunk down the money. Eat their food and get the hell out of there. No fuss, no worries.
There's people waiting on you hand and foot.
That's right. The way our forefathers wanted. Exactly. But then I also, the day before Thanksgiving, I went to the theater and saw the new Knives Out film, Wake Up Dead Man.
Yes, and the further adventures of Benoit Blanc. Yeah, I also saw that just last night. Yeah, enjoyed that quite a bit. We're gonna talk about a little spoiler free, I think, right?
Yes, we will, all spoiler free. And I do have a cool way to transition from this to the movie we're talking about today. So when you're ready for that transition, let me know, because I feel good about this.
You could have just done the transition and not even told me. I've got an awesome transition.
You know what? As you say that, I realize I could have, but I just wanted to brag that I have a cool transition. That's all.
Okay, all right. Well, far be it from me to rain on the parade of your cool transition.
That's right.
But, but I enjoyed this installment of the Knives Out franchise. I didn't like that. It doesn't seem to be playing at many big theaters because I'm assuming because Netflix is awful.
Netflix really kind of they're pulling their dirty tricks on us because it's not playing at the AMC's or the Regals or the Cinemarks or any of like the really big chains. The only one I could find it at was Alamo Drafthouse, which we have a few of them here in the tri-state area. But it's only playing there and like small-ish independent like art house theaters. Yeah. Which luckily I have one.
I went to like a 3-screen theater.
Luckily I have one near me, but like if we lived in like the Midwest or the South, we'd be kind of shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer because like it's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it.
It's a good movie and it's worth seeing on the big screen. Go support your local theaters.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it was a bit of a darker tone than the other Knives Out film. Definitely more dramatic than the others. And I really didn't expect the themes of religion to play such a big part in it because it really kind of does without giving too much away. Like the themes of religion and faith and what does all that mean in this modern world where shit is going loco and crazy and just evil motherfuckers are running rampant. Like in a way, it kind of felt like Rian Johnson's most maybe personal because it did feel like at times like he was trying to say some stuff about how he was feeling about religion, or maybe I'm just reading into it. I don't know.
Something I decided since I had the day off yesterday, I decided to make a day of it and watch Knives Out and Glass Onion before I went to go see this one at the theater. And there is like interesting political content in each one. It's not really overt, but he gets into that in each one. And we got like rich scumbags in the first and the second one. Edward Norton in the second one, he plays a idiot tech bro who's very much like Leon Scum.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
And I know in the first one, it's more about the haves and have-nots, and the
Hmm.
1%, and people
But
who think,
there's a scene in the first one where they're like talking about illegal immigration
yeah,
and stuff like that, and it's like, well, hey, you came over here the right way, and blah blah blah, and we're not
yeah,
gonna. And there's talk about Ana de Armas and her family getting deported at
yeah,
some point,
yeah,
which
yeah.
it seems like a crime against nature.
It does. Yeah, it's a good thing themes like that aren't a problem nowadays.
Nope, we fixed all that stuff.
uh,
Yeah,
uh,
but and in this one, I don't think it's a spoiler to say there's this one character who's like, oh yeah, I was running as a Republican for Congress, and I tried all this and this, and he spends like 30 seconds like listing all these things that Republicans are outraged about these days, and it's actually pretty funny.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of good. I mean, he always works in social commentary in all his
mhm,
movies. But yeah, but
yeah.
this, yeah, I don't know. Like, even though it's a dark film, there is a lot of humor in it. There's some pretty straight up like hilarious scenes in it, I will say.
Yeah. There is some funny stuff. I wouldn't say it is as funny as the first two, but yeah, there is
Yeah,
still some funny stuff.
yeah. But I
And
mean,
I
but
enjoyed it. It's a
yeah,
good mystery. It kept me
it's
guessing.
yeah,
Um,
it's good. Josh Brolin does a great job in it. Glenn
Josh
Close,
Brolin's good in it.
Glenn
Let's see who
Close.
else. Andrew Scott from the Sherlock series, and what was that show he played the hot priest in?
Oh,
Um,
Fleabag.
Fleabag, yeah.
I mean,
And
Glenn Close always delivers.
Glenn Close is in it. Yeah, she's
and
great.
and and our future SNL host, Josh O'Connor, who maybe not a lot of people know. I thought he was really good in it. He's basically
I
the
was not
lead.
familiar with Josh O'Connor. He was really good. Jeremy Renner is in it. This was his first film since his accident. I was
Yeah,
reading the other day, and he did a great job. Mila Kunis, Thomas Hayden Church,
yeah,
lots of cool people in it. I mean, they always get great casts for these movies. So
yeah, for sure, for sure. So solid cast. If it's playing near you in the theater, we highly recommend you go check it out. It's worth the watch for sure. Uh, if you have to, if you can, and you have to wait until Netflix, then watch it on Netflix. But either way, it's
if you
definitely,
must, yeah,
if you must, fine. But yeah, it's as strong as the other two Knives Out movie for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
I hope they keep making more Benoit Blanc movies because I just enjoy those so much.
yeah, they seem. I mean, they both Ryan Johnson and Daniel Craig seem to enjoy making them, and so I
Hmm.
think they will. And it's like a thing where it's not a thing where like Daniel Craig needs to stay in tip top shape like James Bond. Like he can play, kind of like a weathered detective.
Yeah, that's true. He can keep playing this character into his old age. I mean,
Yeah,
it's he just walks around wearing some nice suits and questioning celebrities
yeah,
and talking like Foghorn Leghorn. It's
yeah.
fun.
As long as he keeps that southern drawl,
That's right.
he can keep playing this part. Yeah, good sir. All right, so here's my cool transition. So, I a couple of weeks ago I saw a movie that inspired the Knives Out film. I recently watched the old movie Death Trap with Michael Caine and Christopher
Ah,
Reeves.
yeah, that's a good movie too. I
It,
enjoy that movie. That's
yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like a lot of
wait,
good
wait, first time seeing it.
first time seeing it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
A lot of good like camera shots, a lot of good dramatic tension in it.
yeah.
Christopher Reeve, it's like a role like I'm not used to seeing in him because I'm used to seeing him as Superman.
Playing
But
against type a little bit. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But very good mystery. Took a turn that I did not see coming, and
Hmm.
the I don't know about the ending. I feel like the ending might have been a little, I don't know, little weak,
Hmm.
but like I liked a lot of it in the film, and you definitely see the influences of Knives Out in it. I mean, you can see where Knives Out took its influences from that movie.
I can see that. I can see that. There's another great one that's influenced Knives Out. The first one is the movie Sleuth, which
Ooh,
also has Michael Caine and Sir Laurence Olivier in it. And if you
ooh.
like Death Trap, I think you would like Sleuth as well. Sleuth is a fun movie.
Okay, I'm putting it on the list.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch
and
Sleuth.
one of the inspirations for Glass Onion is a movie that I tracked down and saw for the first time either this year or last, called The Last of Sheila, which is really interesting.
Oh,
Have I
right,
talked about
yes.
that one before? I think I mentioned it before.
I
Yeah.
I think I think you did,
Yeah.
but yeah, I have heard about that one for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Co-written by Stephen Sondheim and Anthony Perkins. So you got to see it for that alone. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid lineup right there.
Mm-hmm,
Bing
mm-hmm,
bang boom. So, from Christopher Reeves in Death Trap, we go. You see what I'm doing here? We
mm-hmm.
go to Christopher Reeve in the movie we're talking about today, Superman 3.
Superman 3. As you might expect from the title, this was the third Superman movie with
Yeah,
Christopher Reeve. We
surprised
had
me.
Superman the movie from 1978. From 1980, we had Superman 2. And then 1983, we had Superman 3. And woof, what a come down. What a come down from the heights of Superman the movie.
Yeah, we got to talk about this. So, yeah, Superman 3 came out June 17th, 1983, directed by Richard Lester, who directed Superman 2, but he's also pretty notable for having directed the Beatles movies, A
Mm-hmm.
Hard Day's Night and Help,
Yes.
written by David and Leslie Newman, who wrote on Superman and wrote Superman 2, and would go on to write Santa Claus the Movie for those of those Gen Xers that remember that film.
Right, yeah, and that was also produced by the folks who produced this movie. It was Alexander and Ilya Solkind, who were
Mm.
the producers who made the first three Christopher Reeve Superman movies. For the fourth one, like after Superman 3, they were like, okay, I think we're done with Superman now, and they sold off the rights to Canon Films, and they gave us the utter masterpiece that is Superman 4: The Quest for Peace,
Yeah.
which widely regarded as the worst Superman movie, I think. But I think it should also be remembered, this movie also awful.
Okay, so in your opinion, Nation, like, what do you think? Is Superman 3 as bad as Superman 4, or is there one worse than the other, or are they
I
both
don't know. I
bad?
mean, they're both very bad. They're both bad in different ways.
Okay.
I don't know. They're both very cheesy.
Yeah, like
I hadn't watched this movie from beginning to end in many years, and this was suggested to us by one of our regular listeners, John Ananias, who was like, "Hey, Pamela Stevenson from SNL is in Superman 3, so technically you could do this." And I was like, "Oh, gee, you're right. I'd kind of forgotten about that because like Pamela Stevenson was on SNL like just before I started watching it regularly,
right.
so I kind of forget about that era a little bit."
Yeah, no, yeah, that era is kind of lost to time. Like, only really the diehards know
Yeah.
about that time. But yeah, so this film had a budget of 39 mil, grossed 80 mil, so it made some money. I've been
Right.
seeing some videos, looking into this film, like saying like this was sort of in a way like an independent film, because I think Warner Brothers like distributed it, but they didn't really like finance it or something like that.
Yeah, I
could be
think they
wrong.
had a similar sort of deal with the first couple of films where, Warner's, like, I think, if I remember correctly, on the original Superman the movie, if the budget went over a certain amount, then Warner's had a say in what they were doing. The original deal was they were just going to distribute the movie.
Okay.
And Warner Brothers, in case you don't know, owns DC Comics, which was the company that owns Superman.
Right.
So they obviously had an interest in these movies being good and doing well. And it's kind of interesting. The Salkinds, they made some shady things. Like you mentioned, Richard Lester. He made those films with the Beatles, Hard Day's Night and Help. And Hard Day's Night is one of my all-time favorite movies. I think that's a wonderful movie. He also, in the early 70s, he made The Three Musketeers and The Four Musketeers.
Okay.
And those are great films. Those are well worth seeing. But the thing that they did with The Three Musketeers is it was originally going to be like this one long 3-hour film, I think. And then after the whole film was shot, the Salkind said, "Hey, you know what? We're going to like split this up into 2 films, Three Musketeers and then the sequel, The Four Musketeers." And just split it down the middle. And The problem with that, though, was all the actors said, like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? We were only told we were shooting one film and we were only paid for shooting one film. You can't, like, suddenly make a, release this as a second film and not pay us extra.
Yeah.
And so there was this big lawsuit, and and there's now a thing in contracts called the Salkind Clause.
Oh, wow.
It says you have to declare how many films you're shooting while you're shooting it, and you have to pay the actors accordingly. So, they were doing some shady stuff.
So their stuff was so shady they got a clause named after them.
Exactly.
Wow.
And so Superman 1 or 2, I got to give a little backstory here. So Richard Donner directed Superman the movie. And originally, the plan there was they were going to make 2 films. They learned their lesson and they declared, like, hey, we're going to make 2 films. Okay. And they were shooting both these films together. They were shooting scenes from Superman 1 and Superman 2. And then they got kind of behind schedule. And so at a certain point, they were like, hey, we got to make our release date for Superman the movie. So let's stop shooting stuff for the sequel and just concentrate on the first film, because we don't, if the first film isn't good, nobody's going to want to see a sequel. So
fair enough.
So they kind of hit pause on that stuff. And Richard Donner has said that, like, the entire time I was shooting Superman the movie, they were telling me I was over schedule and over budget, but they never told me what the schedule and the budget were. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So after the first film comes out and is a hit, and Richard Donner had shot a significant amount of Superman 2, probably like at least a third, if not 50% of the film.
Okay.
So after this first Superman movie comes out, he is fired. And the person they bring in to replace him is Richard Lester, who I think they still owed money to for the Three Musketeers films.
So they fired the director that made them this big, huge, like,
right.
cultural hit movie.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and I think Richard Donner has said that if the first movie had flopped, they probably would have forced him to come back and finish the second one.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, and Richard Lester was originally, he was brought in to be kind of a go-between between Richard Donner and the producers, because he wasn't getting along with the producers so much. And then that turned into Richard Lester kind of taking over the film, the Superman 2. And Richard Lester ended up reshooting a lot of Superman 2, because you have to have shot, I think, like more than a certain percentage of a film to get sole directorial credit on it.
Okay.
So they rewrote and reshot a lot of scenes for Superman 2.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. This almost sounds like how what was it? When after, like, Lorne Michaels got fired, they had like
right.
Dick come in to, like, take over his spot.
Yeah, Dick Ebersol. Yeah,
Dick Ebersol. Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
And, but yeah, I do, because I did look into it, and it's like I did see, like, there was originally a screenplay where, like, some classic Superman villains were supposed to be in it, like like Matt Brainiac and Mr. Mxyzptlk.
Yep.
And, like, Supergirl. That all that sounds kind of cool, but they cut that shit right out.
Yeah, I think apparently it was like budgetary concerns or something. I mean, like Richard Lester also, he had a much more humorous take on it. I mean, Richard Donner could get kind of tongue in cheek at times, and there is humor in Superman the movie, but Richard Lester tends much more towards slapstick sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the opening scene here kind of shows that, like, during the
well, not quite the opening scene. I mean, first we have that wonderful scene of Richard Pryor in line at the unemployment office, which is how you want every superhero film to start, as a guy online at the unemployment office.
Hey, you know what the kids these days like? These kids that love Superman so much? A scene that takes place in an unemployment office.
And, like, the story of how Richard Pryor ended up in this movie is kind of wild, too. So apparently he was guest starring on The Tonight Show. He was appearing on The Tonight Show, and Johnny Carson was like, "Oh, say, what are you doing?" And Richard Pryor was just like, "Oh, I'm waiting to see the new Superman movie. Oh gosh, I love those Superman movies. I wish they put me in one." And the producers heard this, and they were like, "Hey, that's a good idea."
Just based off a off the cuff statement.
Apparently so. Apparently so.
Wow.
Which is so bizarre because like Richard Pryor's brand is so not what you would put in a superhero movie. I mean, it's like
Not at all.
yeah, because he does sort of adult type humor and
His stuff is very blue. I mean, he did get in like one pretty like blue joke in that. I was kind of surprised at, but we'll get to that later in a bit.
okay. And I mean, he has. When I was like reading this, I was reminded that he has a routine on one of his albums that is literally called Super N Word.
Yeah, that's the name of the album too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, is it okay?
But that's the connection. Super N word, Superman. Come on,
It's the crossover we've all been dying for.
Superman versus Super. Oh boy, I can't even say
Okay. So Richard Pryor, he's told at the unemployment office, "Hey, you've been unemployed for 36 weeks. You don't qualify for unemployment anymore. You can't keep a job." And then he's like, "Well, what am I going to do for money?" And they're like, "Well, we don't fucking care."
Bye.
And so he's like, very distraught. And he's like smoking a cigarette. And he asks a guy in the line. He's like, "Hey, brother, can I bum a light?" And he gets a matchbook from the guy. And on the matchbook, it's like, "Hey, need a job? Try computer programming." And then I noticed the number on the matchbook. This just shows how much the filmmakers just did not give a shit. The number on the matchbook is call Metropolis 1234567 That is the number.
I didn't even notice that.
They couldn't even be asked to come up with a fake 555 phone number. They just put 1234567
That's a name. That's the same combination I have on my luggage.
Which not enough numbers for a phone number unless Metropolis is like M or something like that. But
wow,
just like not a phone number.
Not at all.
Just okay. So we're like 2 minutes in, and already it just shows we don't give a crap.
No one can be bothered.
So then we go into like sort of the big opening scene, which is just a whole lot of unfunny slapstick on the streets of Metropolis.
Yeah, it's like Pamela Stevenson's character, Lorelei Ambrosia.
Yep.
What a name.
She's walking down the streets of Metropolis. She's just jiggling away.
Awooga.
Yeah. And she starts, it's one of those like, "Oh, attractive woman walking down the street. I'm causing accidents."
Yeah, and like phone booths get knocked over. Mm-hmm. Toy penguins
they catch on fire.
Yeah, like a blind man loses his dog, and there's like a bank robbery. It's almost like a
guy nearly drowns in his car when he hits a fire hydrant. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, like it's like all these like Rube Goldberg accidents. Like like a man gets a paint can, falls on his head, and that causes some marbles to fall, and a mime slips on them. It's just
and Richard Lester, he did a street mime gag in Metropolis in Superman 2 as well. He just loves apparently Metropolis has just street mimes at every corner.
Metropolis is lousy with mimes.
I guess so. But yeah, I mean, none of this is especially funny.
No, not really.
And we see Clark Kent. He's like kind of wandering around. At one point, he like blows out the flame on one of the mechanical penguins, and when Lorelei passes by, at one point he like tips his hat to her, and there's a pie that's heading towards her, and he catches the pie, and he like sort of spins it around, and it goes into the face of an old guy. It's very Benny Hill,
womp womp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it felt like. I mean, once you realize, the director of this did like Help and A Hard Day Night, which is very slapsticky, then this all makes sense, because this is pure kind of cheesy slapstick, and that doesn't really add anything to the movie. It's just
no. I mean, you want a Superman movie to be like epic adventure, and this is just so not that. He's just got this very irreverent tone, which isn't quite right for Superman. You know,
No, absolutely.
it's great for the Beatles. It worked on the Three Musketeers, but yeah, it doesn't work for Superman.
No, no, not for this. So then we go to like a data processing school where we see Gus. Oh, by the way, yeah, the character of Gus Gorman, that's a totally made up character, right? He's not in the
Yeah, not
DC
not
comic.
a character from the comics.
Okay. And yeah, so Gus is there and he turns out he finds out he's a computer genius. Just
Yeah, he's like a savant with computers. Like the teacher is saying, like, "Oh, there's no way to program two bilateral coordinates at the same time." And then Gus like calls the teacher over, and he's just figured out to do it. And the teacher's like, "How did you do that?" And Gus is like, "I don't know."
I don't know, I just do it.
Because computer programming is something you can be good at without learning anything or trying. You just are
Yeah.
instinctively good at. I don't know.
Yeah. He's the Amadeus of computer programming.
This movie thinks that like computers are magic, basically.
It's wizardry.
It's like, hey, it's 1983, computers are the big thing, let's make a movie about computers. Do you know anything about computers? No. Should we learn something about computers? No.
Nah. We'll just make it up as we go.
Computers just do shit.
You press some buttons, bleep bloop.
Yeah.
And before you know, you're breaking into weather satellites.
Weather satellites. You're making the lights on street crossing signs fight.
What the fuck was that? I was like, what? Stop it, movie.
This movie just gets so insane so quickly.
Yeah. So anyway, like so he turns out he's a genius, and then he gets a job at working for Ross Webster, who's played by Robert Vaughn, who is another character that's not in the DC comic that they did.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, Robert Vaughn, the great Robert Vaughn from Man from U.N.C.L.E., Magnificent Seven. And you know what? I do like Robert Vaughn in this movie. I think he's pretty funny in this movie.
He is good. Like, I don't understand why I guess Gene Hackman didn't want to play Lex again in this one for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know if they didn't approach Gene Hackman or what, or if they just decided to break. Yeah, it's the only Christopher Reeve Superman movie without Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor, which is kind of funny. And it's weird because Ross Webster, he's like, this big rich dude who's doing all this nefarious stuff behind the scenes. And like a few years after this movie, they revamped the whole Superman title at DC Comics, and they made Lex Luthor into like this evil billionaire type. I think it's just a coincidence. I don't think they were like, hey, let's make Lex more like that guy in Superman 3. But it is kind of a funny coincidence.
Interesting. Ross Webster walked so Lex Luthor could fly.
Exactly. Yes.
Switch over to the Daily Planet, where we see that Clark's been invited to his high school reunion, and he wants to do a story about it for the paper.
Right.
That's because that's a cool story for the newspaper. Like, hey,
that's newsworthy. Yeah.
My high school reunion, front page.
Here's my high school reunion. Let's have the Daily Planet pay my way. And it's just, man, this Daily Planet scene just dragged. Like,
yeah, it had that bingo scene that kind of inconsequential, or
like I remember because Superman the movie is like my favorite movie of all time. That's the movie that made me fall in love with movies.
Right.
And the Daily Planet scenes in that they pop, they move, and they've just got the zip and energy to them. And this movie, the Daily Planet scenes just do not have that at all.
Yeah,
they're just like they just kind of drag, and it's a chore to watch.
They are, yeah. And then we see like a Lois Lane, Margot Kidder, coming in saying, "Hey guys, I'm going away on vacation. I'm going to Bermuda."
Right.
And then she leaves, and
she leaves and disappears for like the rest of the movie, except she comes back like in one scene before the end.
Yeah, like she doesn't show up at all throughout the rest of this movie. No one mentions her at all throughout the rest of the movie. Yeah. She just literally just fucks off and
it's very Poochie had died on his way to his home planet.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is, again, kind of scummy because Margot Kidder, like the whole cast of Superman movie, they loved Richard Donner. They bonded with him, and when he was fired, they had to go back and finish Superman 2 because they were under contract for that. Well, like Gene Hackman refused to return to shoot his remaining scenes. And so there are some scenes in Superman 2 where there is a body double and a voice actor trying to do a sound-alike Gene Hackman voice. And once you know they're there, they're really easy to spot.
Oh.
Because it's really cheesy. It's
Okay.
like, oh, Luthor's from behind, and it's this guy who sounds vaguely like Gene Hackman. And Margot Kidder actually, like, publicly criticized the Salkinds for, like, firing Donner. And they couldn't really retaliate against, like, Christopher Reeve because he was Superman.
Mm-hmm.
But they did retaliate against Margot Kidder. And so
Oh.
that's why her part, she's got like a dozen lines in this, and she like fucks off in the beginning, and then she comes back at the end.
Fuck.
That was them sort of putting her in her place.
Oh, it's like when I keep comparing it to other things. It's like when Chrissy on Three's Company had to do scenes like away from the rest of the cast because they were doing like the contract negotiation thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ah, what a bunch of stuff.
And you know what? Like at an early point in this, I think there was talk that Christopher Reeve might not come back, and so they were talking about replacing him with either Tony Danza or John Travolta. Can you imagine either one of those guys as Superman? Vinnie Barbarino as Superman, or
Tony Banta,
or Tony Banta from Taxi,
or Tony Maselli from Who's the Boss.
Yeah, I mean, he is large. He contains a multitude of Tonys, but
he's all the Tonys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, no. I think they said like Kurt Russell was also in the mix for that, maybe too.
Really? Oh,
I think so.
I haven't heard that, but
I'll check it out. I think I saw a video saying that, but I don't know. Can't connect the legitimacy of that. But yeah, both of those would have been interesting choices, to say the least.
Yeah. So Perry White at the Daily Planet, he said he decides like he's going to send Clark off to report on his high school reunion along with Jimmy Olsen, who doesn't go to the reunion.
No,
well, I guess because Jimmy Olsen gets injured, that's why he doesn't go to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To photograph anything, but
right.
But you would think he could still. I mean, Jimmy Olsen gets a broken leg, but you'd think he could still cover the high school reunion with a broken leg, right?
Yeah, he can get some crutches and
shoot some pictures from the seats or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but we see them they take a bus to Smallville because the Daily Planet can't afford an airplane, tickets. So and then we see that
although Lana Lang apparently can fly to Metropolis later in the movie.
Yeah, we'll get to this movie is really something.
Yeah. It's very inconsistent, this movie.
Yeah. So so then we see that the bus stops because there's a chemical plant on fire. Mm-hmm. And so the police is directing away the traffic. Jimmy and Clark, they get off the bus. Jimmy wants to take pictures with the paper.
Yeah.
Clark.
Jimmy's getting a little foolhardy because like Perry's riding him in the Daily Planet scene. He's like, all that freaky shit happened on the Metropolis streets. A guy nearly drowns. There's a bank robbery and shit.
Yeah.
And you didn't get any pictures because you didn't have your camera with you. And so Jimmy's like, I gotta get pictures of this chemical plant. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is a neat little bit of trivia. Go. Do you remember the bit in the opening scene where Superman goes and changes in the photo booth?
Yes, and the kid looks at the pictures that come out.
Right, and Superman looks at the pictures and he's like, oh, these reveal I'm Clark Kent. I'll just rip off the last picture. Here, kid, picture Superman. Enjoy. The little kid, he's the same child actor who played the baby Kal-El in the first Superman movie.
Oh, well, that's cute.
Yeah. So like when the Kens find little baby Kal-El and he's like, here I am, naked baby, so he's like grown up a bit and he's the kid in the photo booth here.
Oh, that's a nice little Easter egg. See,
that's neat. Yeah,
see, that's positive. See, some positive things in this movie.
Right.
There we go. So Jimmy and Clark see the fire at the chemical plant. Mm-hmm. Jimmy goes to take pictures. Of course, Clark ducks into.
He climbs up on the gantry of. Is it like a construction gantry or is it one of the fire trucks?
I thought it was like one of the fire truck ladders.
I think it's one of the fire truck ladders.
Yeah, because like one of the firemen's like, "Hey, get down from there!" And it's like, right. I'm taking pictures. Just give me a minute.
Right, right.
even though it's a chemical fire.
And it's so funny, like at the beginning when like Jimmy and Clark are like crouched behind a police car, and Jimmy's like, "Okay, you distract people. I'm gonna sneak in and take some pictures." And it's like you're literally behind a police car. There is a policeman like 3 feet away from you who somehow doesn't hear them.
Yeah, yeah. This covert operation is
It's just very weird staging.
it very much is, because then after that, Clark ducks into the back seat of a cop car and
Right,
comes out dressed as Superman and ready
right.
to fight the fire. And while there's a cop in the cop car in the front seat.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be he did that at super speed, so the cop didn't really notice. But yeah, it's still weird.
Yeah, a little weird.
And Jimmy falls off the ladder, and he like falls into the middle of the flames, and he like breaks his leg, and he's like, ah. And there's a very cool shot of like Superman like walking through the flames to
Oh
get to
yeah,
Jimmy, and I like that. I like that. That was good.
yeah, absolutely. But then also Superman sees that there are jars of acid that are becoming very volatile in this
Right.
chemical plant, and if they heat up, they could, it
Yeah.
could be a catastrophe. So
If they heat up above 180 degrees, it will form this big chemical gas cloud, and it will like engulf the whole eastern seaboard and just be like just generally very bad news.
yeah,
They never say what the scientist is doing with the acid. He's just got like dozens of vials of acid.
I'm just looking at him. What's the problem?
he's just like, it's a chemical plant. We got acid.
Acid is a chemical. We're just
And that's
looking.
the other. This movie is just like obsessed with acid. There is so much acid in this movie.
I yeah, I don't. Was acid a big thing in the early '80s? Just
I don't know. This movie it like is like, okay, A, computers are magic, B, acid is magic. Those are the two fucking things I know. I'm ready to write a Superman screenplay.
the two things kids in the streets are talking about these days: computer and acid.
We got all this acid in these streets.
Yeah. So to cool down the chemical plant,
Right.
Superman flies to a nearby lake.
Right.
With this,
Because the firefighters have run out of water
yes, because they run out of water because like the
for
pump,
some reason.
the water pressure went down.
Yeah.
They don't really say how that happened, but I don't know.
Nope, it just happens.
It just
It's
happened. So
yeah.
he goes
Like,
to
if only we had a 5-mile hose to get to the lake. And Superman's like, where's this lake? And they're like, that away. And Superman flies off to the lake.
yes, and then with the super breath he blows on the lake, which causes like a sheet of ice to happen. And then he carries the entire sheet of ice and flies it over the plant, which causes it to rain, or the
Right.
ice melts and cools down the plant.
Right, right. Which is kind of weird because we literally just saw in the Metropolis scene at the beginning Superman blowing out flame.
Yeah, like I didn't know why he didn't just use his super breath to cool down.
I don't know either.
He didn't have to fly there and back.
I mean, it's very impressive that he does the whole the frozen lake thing, but I'm just like, yeah, if only Superman had the ability to blow out fire. Oh, if only this movie hadn't shown us him doing that exact same thing.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. So then we also see our good friend Gus working at Ross Weber's company,
Right.
Websco Industries.
Right.
He gets his first paycheck. Notices it's a little bit lower than he thought, and
Yeah.
so then he talks to another coworker about it, and then he gets the idea to just straight up embezzle money from the company he just got a job at.
Yeah, the coworker explains like Gus was expecting his paycheck to be like I think 225 he said, and then his actual paycheck after they take out the taxes and stuff is like 143 or something like that. And his coworker's like, well, it's like probably like 143.65 and a half cent, but they always round it down to the nearest whole penny.
Mm.
And Gus is like, well, what are all those half cents doing? And he's like, oh, well, they're just floating around in the system. And Gus gets the bright idea. I'm going to tell the computer to like give me all those half cents.
Right, because he's a computer genius now. You see,
He's a computer genius. He just like took a 6-week course maybe.
that's all you need, baby.
Yeah. And I love the scene where he's like hacking into the paycheck, and he has to give like a security password, and he just types in override all security, and that works. That's all you have to do to break into the computer system.
Wow.
Override all security.
Yeah, I mean, a part of me is like, well, I guess this is because computers are still new, so a lot of the like firewalls and security systems weren't as up to date or as
Yeah, but
intricate.
I don't think there's ever been a point in computer history where you could just type override all security and that works.
Sure thing, you got it, bub.
I mean, yeah, we got to simplify things for the movie audience, but I was just like, okay.
Just overwrite it. Just type it over.
So Gus, he after he does this, he gets a check for $85,789.90.
Yeah,
That's all from the half pennies.
right. And like I think he tells him, "Oh yeah, no, I'm supposed to get 2 checks. One is for expenses." But yeah,
Right.
that's so suspicious looking.
That's a massive amount of money. I actually went to the inflation calculator to figure out how much that would be in $2025. It is $279,764.65.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's so much money. Even
So much.
85,000 is a lot of
Mm-hmm.
money. And like part of me thinks like you don't think anybody that's not gonna raise eyebrows with anybody at the company that much
Right.
money missing.
Right.
And sure enough, one of Mr. Webster's people says, yeah, there seemed to be $85,000 have been embezzled from us, and they want to figure
Mm-hmm.
out who did it. And like
Yeah.
and then that's when Mr. Webster notices Gus pulling up to work in a brand new bright red sports car.
Yeah, he's in a Ferrari. According to IMDb, it's like the same Ferrari that Magnum drove on Magnum PI.
Oh,
So,
badass.
yeah, he's like, yeah, well, no, whoever did this is obviously they're clever, they're smart enough, they're not going to get caught, and they're not going to flaunt their wealth unless they're a total moron. And just then, Gus Gorman pulls up in a big Ferrari.
Yeah.
And
Looks like somebody didn't see Goodfellas.
yeah. Meanwhile, Clark is at his high school reunion.
Yep.
Class of 1965, even though this movie came out in 1983. So he's going to an 18-year reunion?
Sure, why not?
Something? Okay. He reunites with Lana Lang, who is his, well, I don't know if I'd say childhood sweetheart, but like his high school crush.
Yeah, I mean, in the comics, were they sweethearts or just kind of?
Lana Lang she was sort of like the Lois Lane equivalent in the Superboy comics.
Okay.
When the Superboy was the adventures of Superman as a boy in Smallville. And
Okay.
Lana Lang was like the red-haired girl that Clark liked, and she was always trying to figure out if Clark Kent was actually Superboy and all that. So she has a history in the comics. And Lana is briefly in Superman the movie. She's like
Oh, right.
Clark Kent's the water boy with the football team. She's like, hey, do you want to come over? We're going to, go listen to some records. And then Brad, he's like, oh, Kent's got a lot of work to do. And he's like knocked over all the stuff on the bench. So Kent has to stay and clean it all up.
What a jerk.
What a jerk. I hope that Brad guy never comes back.
And we also get introduced to Brad.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we see Brad, of course he's like the dude who peaked in high school and like he now has a drinking problem and all he does is talk about like his days in high school back when he was somebody.
Yeah.
And
he's played by one of the guys who played Chuck Cunningham on Happy Days.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember if he's the first. I think he's the second Chuck Cunningham. But
okay.
Yeah.
Chuck number 2.
Yeah.
And we see Brad constantly hitting on Lana Lang, hey baby, what's hey, it's slim pickings here in Smallville, so where you gonna go?
Apparently, all the good guys are married, and and Lana, she's a single mom because she left her husband or her husband left her. They don't really get into it, but she has a little boy named Ricky.
Oh yes,
and times have been so tough for her. She even had to pawn her diamond ring.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I wonder if that'll come back into play.
And then. Yeah, I'm sure that'll never come back into play. No. And then when Clark is just like hanging around Smallville for a few extra days after the reunion.
Yeah, I guess the paper is paying for that too. Because
I don't know. So we see him like he's out bowling with Lana and Ricky, and Brad is there half of the bag in the middle of the day, and he's like, "Hey, Ricky, let me show you how to bowl properly." And Clark's like, "Oh, well, I think he's doing just fine on his own," and blah 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 blah. And we have a thing where Clark sneezes and he shatters the bowling pins.
yeah,
But it looks like Ricky like threw the bowling ball really hard. It's kind of dumb, but
it's kind of dumb. It's kind of cute, but yeah,
yeah, it's like half dumb, half entertaining.
it's a little bit of both.
At its best, this movie is half dumb, half entertaining.
Yes, I would say that.
But most of the time, it's just dumb.
Most of that. Well, we'll get to those dumb parts because
Yeah.
we've already talked about some of them, but there's more dumb parts to come.
Yeah.
More dumb to
You
come.
may have thought, hey, there's not a lot of Superman stuff in this Superman movie so far. And you are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
There's hardly any Superman in this Superman movie. There's a whole lot of Richard Pryor doing not terribly funny stuff.
Yeah, speaking of that, then we get to the scene where Mr. Webster calls Gus into his office, and of course Gus is all nervous because he feels like, oh, he's been found out, the jig is up.
Right.
He tells Mr. Webster, hey, I'm sorry for everything. I don't want to go to jail. They have robbers and rapists who rape robbers in there.
That's right. We just had a prison rape joke in our Superman movie.
This movie is rated PG, people.
PG. Robbers and rapists who rape robbers.
I was like, what the fuck? What did you just say?
You're not doing the toy anymore, Richard Pryor. What the hell?
Holy cow.
Yeah, I've kind of forgotten about the prison rape joke.
I was like, no one.
My stars, fanning myself. Oh my goodness. My monocle popped out of my eye.
Oh dear. I fainted on my couch.
But it turns out that Ross Webster doesn't want to actually punish Gus Gorman or send him to jail. He's like, hey, this guy's really good with computers. I can use him for my own nefarious purposes. So what Gus wants to do, he wants to corner the market on coffee. And he says, there's one country that won't play ball with me. That's Colombia. So what you're going to do is you're going to take control of this Vulcan weather satellite. Because apparently you can use satellites to control the weather and not just monitor the weather.
Yeah.
Because it has lasers. So therefore you can use lasers to cause a tornado.
Okay.
So computers are magic, acid is magic, and lasers are magic.
This plan is so flawed on so many levels. Like, hey, you have embezzled money from me, so surely you can control the weather. Like, what?
So then he's like, okay, well, we can't have you get caught the way you did with this embezzling thing. So we're going to send you off to like a little subsidiary of my company. And they just so happen to choose Smallville.
Yeah, but like the thing is, it's still his company. So wouldn't it get back to him?
They don't want to be tracked. So they send him to Smallville, and they send him to like this the branch, and it just so happens that Brad, the alcoholic football hero, is a security guard there.
Right.
And then we get this long, unfunny scene where he's getting Brad drunk.
Yeah, but then he gets drunk too, because he wants Brad drunk so Brad will pass out so he can get in and fuck with the computers. But then Gus gets drunk too.
He's like, you thought I was drunk. I'm not drunk. And then we get this long scene where he's got to like start up the computer, and they got to put both these computer keys in at the same time. So he rigs up this pulley system where Brad, the unconscious Brad, is. It's dumb.
It really is. It's just kind of. I felt a drag for a little bit.
It's dumb and it's long, and we're like 40 minutes into the movie at this point.
And there's like
when are we going to get to some Superman shit? He's done the chemical fire thing, and that's it.
Yeah, and then Gus gets into the computer, and then he hacks into all these machines around the country. Like some ATM machine keeps spitting out money for some guy.
Oh yeah.
And then he messes up traffic. Traffic with like the traffic lights.
There's a couple that they're having their breakfast, and the husband opens a bill, and he sees that supposedly his wife has spent over $100,000 at Bloomingdale's, and so he just takes a piece of grapefruit and sticks it right in her face, and it's like, ha ha, funny.
Domestic violence.
Yay!
Don't have a conversation about it. Just straight up smash a piece of citrus in your wife's face.
Yeah, and then we see that thing that I mentioned before about the crossing signals at an intersection. The two men get up and start fist fighting.
I was like, what is this?
I mean, okay, this movie couldn't afford to like crash two cars into each other to show that this is serious, but no, it's just Richard Lester. He always goes for the slapstick, so
Yeah.
it gets very tiresome.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that like the two writers on this were kind of known for being more wacky and slapsticky, and like even though they
Yeah,
worked on the first one, the first Superman, like I think it was like Tim
yeah,
Mankiewicz was able to sort of pull that back a little bit.
yeah. Tom Mankiewicz,
Tom
from what
Mankiewicz,
I
I'm sorry.
understand, did the majority of the final screenplay on the first Superman movie, and
Yeah,
he had, and it did have humor, but it was more of a tongue-in-cheek sort of humor at times. It didn't get ultra campy, and when it did get a little campy, it was at least funny. So
right. So like without him there, this was just like
yeah,
all camp. Oops, all camp.
yeah, exactly,
All
exactly.
campy everything.
Um, so let's see. What else is going on? We also have Clark, who's still like just fucking around in Smallville. He goes off on a picnic with Lana Lang and Ricky, and they're going on a picnic on this super overcast day.
Yeah, it's
Like it's so not picnic weather.
no, it's like windy. It looks like it's about to rain any minute.
There's like just a massive gray clouds. It looks like there's going to be a tornado starting in a few minutes.
Yeah, it looks so bad.
Yeah, and we're getting kind of a vibe between Clark and Lana. She's like, and I will say, Annette O'Toole is wonderful in this film.
No, she's good.
She is delightful. She has a genuine chemistry with Christopher Reeve. Probably the best parts in the film.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She's good. She's very good.
Yeah. And then at one point, like Clark, he uses his supervision. Like Ricky's off running around with his dog, and then somehow Ricky, dipshit that he is, he knocks himself out on a rock in the middle of a wheat field.
What a dipshit, Ricky.
And there's like these threshers that are coming towards him, and apparently the guy on the thresher, he doesn't see Ricky at all, and so Clark turns into Superman and rescues Ricky.
Yeah, he almost chopped up a kid.
Yeah, and the guy who's operating the thresher, understandably very distraught. He's like, "Hey, is it all right?" And like Superman doesn't even answer him. He just like looks at him like sort of accusatory, like he did it on purpose.
You motherfucker.
He's like, "You motherfucker with your thresher," and I'm just like, answer the dude, Superman. Just say like, "I think he'll be fine."
Yeah.
But no, he just like gives him a glare and then flies off. So like this poor guy is just like, oh shit, yeah, did I just kill a kid?
No one's consoling him.
I know.
Oh my god,
like, that's so not Superman.
Yeah, that's gonna drive that guy to the bottle.
I know. This movie has a lot of alcoholism as well.
What have I done?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then after that, our drunken Gus, he is able to hack into the weather satellite system, causes this huge tornado tropical storm that decimates Colombia and its coffee crops. And we see Webster is getting all this news, from the newscast while he's skiing on his ski slope on top of his office building.
Yeah, he's got like this penthouse thing, and he's got like a sort of mini ski lodge thing.
Yeah,
with like snow,
like
and
fake snow, and it's very impractical.
It does seem very impractical. Yes.
And we also see his sister Vera, who his nickname for him is Bubba, which with recent news made me chuckle a little bit. And,
yeah, I didn't even think of that. Oh, that's funny. So this is the guy Trump with. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it actually checks out. Story checks out.
Good to know.
Yep,
all right,
it's him.
All right, Trump and Ross Webster. Okay,
I can see it happen. I mean, I don't want to. I can't see it. I don't want to see it.
But. I mean, I don't wish that upon Robert Vaughn, but I don't wish that on anyone. Honestly,
no, you don't want no one near that.
No.
All right.
No. Anyway, so yeah, they're all gloating and they're like, haha, isn't it great how Gus created a tornado in Colombia because of computer bullshit. Oh, and while there's the tornado in Colombia, we see like these two people who won a trip to Colombia through the Daily Planet bingo game.
Right.
That doesn't amount to anything. It's just supposed to be I guess a humorous thing that happens, but
yeah,
it's not entertaining at all.
Yeah, that's just kind of like a non sequitur where it's
Yeah,
like we learn about the couple that is in Colombia that
yeah,
that got sent there by the Day Planet, but it's not really a
yeah. We're just like, why is this here?
yeah, it doesn't really go anywhere. It's just kind of
No, it's just
whatever. But
so like, yeah. Gus runs in and he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't know that was going to happen." And they're like, "What are you talking about? You caused a tornado and you destroyed their whole crop for 5 years." I don't understand how a tornado can destroy 5 years worth of crop in 1 year, but
because computers and lasers, John, magic.
okay, okay. I mean, don't you have like a new crop every year?
Hey man, let's not think too much about it, baby.
Okay,
Computers and lasers, baby.
So, like, Gus explains how Superman, like, dried out the whole coffee crop thing. And we only see, like, brief clips of this.
Yeah, it's very tell, don't show.
Yeah, because God forbid we see Superman doing shit in a Superman movie.
That'll ruin the whole thing. We can't take away from
I mean, why is he Superman do some super feats when we can hear Richard Pryor describe the super feats?
Wouldn't you rather have Richard Pryor act outs rather than actually seeing Superman action in a Superman film?
Yeah, so like Richard Pryor, he like pulls a pink tablecloth off a table and he has that as a cape, and he puts on some skis for some reason, and then he ends up like skiing off the building.
Oh!
And like he goes all the way down the side of the building.
Yahoo!
And then he reaches a diagonal part, and then he just like lands on the street. And he's totally unharmed.
And he's fine. He lands right on his feet. Superhero landing.
Doesn't shatter his ankles.
Nope, they're fine.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. And it's not funny.
No, not really.
And so it's just like, why is this here? It's
yeah. So, but then after Webster hears about this, they feel like, oh well, we need to get rid of Superman. We need to kill him because he's standing in the way of our nefarious schemes.
Right. So what can we do? What can we do to hurt Superman?
Think.
And then Lorelei just goes kryptonite.
Yeah.
Because they kind of imply a few times that Lorelei is not the bimbo that she's pretending to be.
Yeah. Like
we see her like reading like this big intellectual book at one point when nobody else is there.
Yeah. So it's
and then when Ross Webster comes in, she's like, "Hi, honey." And it's a pretty good performance by Pamela Stevens.
Yeah, her voice kind of sounds like Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors a little bit.
Yeah,
okay. Kind of airheady, blonde voice. But then you're right. Then when no one's around, she acts all smart and reads books and stuff.
Right. Yeah, because I guess she's just pretending to be a bimbo because she's like a gold digger or something. I don't know. We don't really know what she's up to.
No, the movie doesn't really dig into that too deep because
all we know is that she's smarter than she lets on.
Yeah, we can't look into that. We gotta shoot Richard Pryor ski down the side of a building.
So they're going to get Superman. So they decide to use the Vulcan weather satellite again to find kryptonite. They decide to scan the region of space where Krypton was and find some kryptonite that is floating around, grab some kryptonite and analyze it, and then they'll make some synthetic kryptonite. I don't know why can't they just get real kryptonite?
Because I think it's not on Earth anymore. I thought so. They figured they'd go into space where Krypton used to be,
right?
Find all the floating debris, find kryptonite, find the elements of kryptonite that way, and then replicate it on Earth.
And here's the other thing. They have Gus doing this at his regular office. And I'm like, well, why the fuck did you have to go out to Smallville to do all that other shit with the satellite?
Yeah, can that get traced back to you?
And yeah, but all this kryptonite stuff, that's fine to do at your regular workspace.
Yeah, yeah. We can't expense another work trip.
So then he has the computer analyzing the kryptonite, and it runs down all the elements that are in kryptonite, but there's like 0.57% that is unknown.
Mm.
He just doesn't know what it is. So like Gus Gorman, because he's an idiot, he's looking at his pack of cigarettes and it says, "Hey, it says tar on the ingredients. I'll just type in tar. It's only 0.57%. So what does it matter?"
What does it matter? Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, he just embezzled some money, and like they're trusting him with all this scientific. Oh, just recreate kryptonite.
Yeah,
Shit.
he's a computer genius, but he is also a total idiot.
Yeah,
he's
he's
weird.
Both somehow.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Superman is getting the key to the city in Smallville because he saved little Ricky's life, and he also did the whole chemical plant thing a week or two back. So the mayor of Smallville, there's this big thing.
This big event happening. Everybody in town is coming to see him and congratulate him. And then we see Gus drives in on like an army jeep with Vera,
right?
And he's dressed as an army general,
right?
And
he's like George C. Scott and Patton.
Yes, very much so. It's got the helmet and everything, like the general in all those auto insurance commercials.
Yes, he's got the little stick, swagger stick and stuff. Yeah,
go to the general and save some time.
And then he starts giving this weird rambling speech that doesn't really go anywhere.
No, it's about plastics.
And then he's like, "But we want to present this thing of our gratitude to Superman for saving us in the chemical plant." And he presents this mock kryptonite. Okay, first off, Superman is presented with this giant green rock that looks exactly like kryptonite, and he doesn't really react. He's just kind of like,
right?
Oh, hey, here's this thing. You don't see him like step back or anything. It's like, this is a thing that nearly killed you like 2 movies ago, dude.
That was so weird. I thought like it looks a lot like kryptonite. So like you would think, let me stay the fuck. Like if you're somebody that's allergic to fish, you stay away from all
you don't
fish.
Fuck with fish.
You don't fuck with fish.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would you? Oh god.
Like scan it with your supervision to see what's going on with it or something. We don't see any of that.
He just accepts it like, oh, thank you. It's so nice. I was like, this shit can kill you, man. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's so weird. And he's not really playing his confusion of like, oh, well, this looks like kryptonite, but it's not acting like kryptonite because I'm not dying right now. So it's very weird. And it's also weird because like later on, Gus and Vera are like, hey, why didn't it kill him? And I'm like, wait, you wanted him to like drop dead on the spot? So why were you doing this publicly? Yeah,
in front of everybody, where everybody could like see you and know who you are and can point you out in a lineup.
Yeah, you're on the stage. You're surrounded by people. Like the police chief is there on the dais.
Superman, I'm presenting you with this thing that could kill you. I mean, a token of our appreciation. Yes.
Just like, who came up with this plan? Why did we all sign off on this plan?
This isn't covert.
This is a bad plan.
This is the worst plan. This isn't covert or secret at all. It's just like in broad daylight, man.
So then we get a scene of Gus Gorman like at a phone booth, and he's on the phone with Ross Webster, and he's like kind of explaining how and why the plan didn't work for some reason. He's like, well, there was like this unknown element. It was unknown. How was I supposed to know what to put in it? It was unknown. And then we get what I think is probably the best line in the film.
Oh, right. Go for it.
Yeah, where Robert Vaughn, he says, I ask you to kill Superman, and you're telling me you couldn't even do that one simple thing. And then he just drops the phone. And I will give the devil's due. Robert Vaughn, he plays that line beautifully. It's so funny. It's probably the funniest moment in the film.
It's a pretty funny moment. I'll give that was I thought it was a hoot.
I mean, it's campy as hell, but it is funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Superman at Lana Lang's house.
Right. And he just had lunch with her and Ricky.
Right. And but then I think Lana goes to get the telephone because somebody calls, but then we see Superman isn't feeling quite right.
Yeah.
He's feeling a little off.
Yeah, and Lana got a call because there's an emergency happening. There's like this semi that's going over a bridge, and she's like, "Oh, Superman! They just called me about this. You better get over there right now." And he's like, we got time. Come here. I'm going to hit on you on the couch in a little bit."
Yeah.
And he gets creepy.
He really. I mean, I will say this for Christopher Reeve. This is some pretty good
Yeah,
acting. 'Cause he really does sell it. It's almost like he turned into like Homelander or something, where he just
yeah.
like he gets really a little lecherous and very non un Superman. Was like, hey, pretty
He's
lady, what's up?
he's getting a little date rapey. Yeah,
A little. He doesn't even look like Christopher Reeve in some scenes. I noticed.
yeah. He's just. I mean, Chris Reeve, he really was a great actor, and he didn't always get the opportunities to prove it that he could have or maybe should have gotten. But
Yeah, no,
I
for
mean,
sure.
yeah, he just shifts on a dime and he just immediately feels off,
Right.
and it's really good. And Annette O'Toole is also like playing the nervousness wonderfully, where she's just like, oh shit, I'm alone with this man with superpowers, and he's like really starting to get creepy on me, and I don't know what the f to do.
But yeah, I mean, nothing happens because before
Yeah,
it goes too dark. Like Superman's
yeah,
like, excuse me, I gotta go, and then he does go to fly to where the accident is happening at the bridge.
right.
But by the time he gets there, it's too late, and
Yeah.
like the accident already
The,
happened.
the semi has fallen off the bridge, and he's like, "Hey, what can I do?" And they're like, "Oh, well, nothing now." And like somebody literally goes, "If only you'd gotten here a minute sooner."
Yeah, he guilt trips Superman.
I know. Everyone's like instantly a dick to Superman.
Well, I guess the faster
I'm
than a
like,
speeding bullet. I guess not.
yeah, I mean, like he could still help you clean up the accident or something. You know?
Nah, take a powder, Superman. We got it. You bum.
And then we cut to Superman for some reason straightening out the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, what the? I
What the hell is that about?
I guess that's him. That's him. Like us showing like he's turning into a dick now. But like
Yeah,
stranding out the Leaning Tower of Pisa, blowing out the light at the U.S. Olympics or the flame rather,
yeah, yeah,
and it's like I was just doing like dicky things just to be a dick. But
yeah.
it's I don't. Yeah,
It's weird. It's not really evil. It is just sort of dicky.
yeah, and yeah, it's just like all right, okay, I guess so.
Meanwhile, Gus he's becoming a little unsatisfied with his arrangement with Ross Webster, and he's got these plans to build a supercomputer that can do anything because computers can do anything,
Anything.
anything. And what? So Ross Webster, he's given up on coffee. Now he's try and corner the market on oil.
Right.
So
He
he
wa-
decides to have Gus tell the computers to tell all the oil tankers in the ocean to just go into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and wait for further instructions.
right, and then he also wants all the gas pumps to stop pumping gas because they're all run on computers now, and all the computers can do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And he,
And we see people getting into fights at gas stations
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, it's
And
pandemonium, John. And yeah, and like Gus is kind of doesn't want to do it unless Ross agrees to build him this supercomputer because I think at
right,
this point Gus knows that Ross can't threaten him with sending him to jail for the embezzling
right.
because he's like, well, I'm more valuable to you out here than I am in jail. So
Yeah, and he's like, when am I going to get a little something
that's
for
right.
me?
Wet my
Uh,
beak.
yeah, yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, so all the oil tankers get clumped together, except for one oil tanker that
yeah,
ignores the orders because they said the orders don't make sense.
yeah. One defiant ship captain who's just like, I'm not going to do that. That makes no sense.
One rogue oil tanker
Yeah.
takes a stand when others do not.
He's like, I'm not going to do that shit. And so, okay, so now we get to another bizarre plot point in the movie where Lorelai, Pamela Stevenson, is basically seduces Superman
Yeah, she's propped up on top of the Statue of Liberty,
right
basically.
on the head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the head, like
yeah,
basically
on
like
the crown.
yeah, like dressed all in red, kind of like Dana Barrett in Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, she like
And she's got that big '80s hair.
hmm
And Superman flies down, and he's in a darker suit now because he's like evil and bad and stuff. And he flies down, he lands next to her, and he's like, I hope you're not expecting me to save you because I don't do that anymore.
I'm a bad boy.
Yeah.
Down, down, down,
And
down, down.
and she's acting all sexy and seductive, And she's like, well, if you do this one thing for me, there's like this one oil tanker that won't, follow instructions. So if you can go and like take care of that,
And yeah, sure enough, he does.
I'll,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I'll do things.
I'll do things. I'll perform sexual favors for you. So, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and he ends up doing that. He goes to that one lone oil tanker, punches a
Mm-hmm.
hole in it, causes an oil spill,
Right.
and then he goes back and knock boots.
Yeah. And then he goes back to the penthouse thing. And yeah. And Lorelai's there all alone waiting for him. And yeah. And he just, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
They get busy on the couch.
Yeah. They get it on. I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Rated PG, folks. Again.
Rated PG. Yeah.
I mean,
so this is the scheme of the villains. I will have my girlfriend seduce Superman, and Superman, who is not in his right mind at this moment,
yeah,
because he's affected by the krypton. It's so weird, such a weird movie.
Yeah, like I'll prostitute my woman out to Superman, and
yeah.
But I mean, I don't hate the idea of like an evil Superman, but I think the execution.
I mean, that
of
has
it,
potential, and yeah, I mean. Yeah, there's certainly the comics have gotten a lot of mileage out of evil Superman. I mean, we have Bizarro, who's the imperfect duplicate of Superman, and there's like the evil Superman from Earth 3 and stuff. But
right,
yeah, this is kind of weird.
It is kind of weird, right? Like I'm still trying to wrap my mind. Like, why is this so weird? Because it just kind of. I mean, the whole plan of Ross's really doesn't make that much sense, and the execution of it, where like we said, like we just see Lorelai just happenstance, so like on top of the Empire State or on the top of the Statue of Liberty, like just out of nowhere, it doesn't get introduced to us. Just bam, she's on top of the Empire State, looking to pork Superman, and it just
and then bam, Superman porks her.
Yep,
that was the plan. Apparently,
that was the plan. That was it.
So meanwhile. Ross Webster is building the supercomputer in the desert, in the Grand Canyon.
Right.
I don't know why it has to be there, but it's in the Grand Canyon. Okay.
It's just a lot of space out there, man.
Meanwhile, Lana kind of decides, there isn't really anything left for me in Smallville. Maybe I should look into doing something in Metropolis, because like Clark has been kind of talking up Metropolis to her.
Yeah, and Brad.
So she just like,
and Brad keeps calling her and harassing her. It's like, come on, baby, you don't want to get with the Brad.
Yeah, you don't want to get with this. You don't want to get with the past this prime alcoholic. I mean, come on.
You don't want to deal with this problematic alcoholic that does not have a future.
You got to lock this shit down, man.
Come on. Absolutely nobody's trying to get on this ride.
So she and Ricky go off to Metropolis. Meanwhile, evil Superman is now getting drunk in a bar.
And he's like flicking bar peanuts at the bottles and like bullets and shattering them. And then everybody's around like, oh my God, he said rock bottom. Oh no.
Yeah, Superman's drunk. I don't know, no one is going to trust this guy again.
Yeah. and then of course we see Lana with Ricky. They walk by the bar. They see Superman all wasted.
Yeah, they get out of a cab like right outside the bar. They just happen to come across Superman.
Yeah. And but Ricky still believes, like, no, he can be great again. He's just he's just sick. He's just in a slump.
He's in a slump.
I believe in you, Superman.
It's like his pitching is off. He's just in a slump. He's just getting sloshed in the middle of the day. Look, you people are too quick to condemn.
Who amongst us hasn't gotten drunk at 2 p.m?
Yeah, maybe he's just filming day drinking with Seth Meyers.
You ever thought of that, people?
They're like, no, well, Seth Meyers isn't going to be a thing for another couple decades. But
maybe he's doing day drinking with Johnny Carson? I don't know.
Yeah.
So at this point, we see Superman, like, he flies away while Ricky still believes in him.
And Superman's hearing all this because of his super hearing and stuff.
It echoes in his head, and it bothers him to the point where he has to land in the junkyard, and he gives a defiant scream, like, ah! And this is where we get the, I guess now, classic junkyard fight.
This is probably the most famous sequence in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, for some reason, they don't explain this. These Superman movies, they explain so little.
Yeah.
Shit just happens.
Yeah, because like at this point, like, I guess all right, so here's the thing. So like Superman, like he, I guess, out of his own mind, causes Clark Kent to come out of his body, and
Yeah, like he splits into two, and it's like the good side is Clark Kent, and then there's the evil Superman. But does this literally happen? Is this all happening in his head? The movie never tells you.
yeah, it's like, all right, has Superman always had this power? Is this like a metaphor for the
I don't know.
like? Does Superman hate Clark Kent? Has that ever been explored in the comics? I didn't. Is it like a Bruce Banner Hulk situation? Because I don't think it is.
I mean, I'm sure they've hit on that at times, but I mean, Superman's pretty well adjusted psychologically. He
Yeah,
doesn't have a whole lot of angst.
yeah. I
If he
mean,
has any angst, it's like, oh, I wasn't able to do enough,
right,
or I couldn't save all the people.
right. All that angst is saved for the Snyder movies.
Yeah, but it's not, he's not like Spider-Man where he's like, oh, being Superman has ruined my life as Clark Kent, or
Okay.
Clark resents that he doesn't get the attention of Superman. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. And it's a pretty good fight, especially for the era.
It is. I mean, I don't hate the idea of this. Oh yeah, it is kind of a
Yeah.
cool, inner good versus inner evil type of thing. It's like the battle for
Yeah.
Superman's soul. But yeah,
Yeah.
it is kind of confusing where it's like, all right, is this happening? Like you said, is this happening in his mind? Is this a
Yeah.
metaphor?
Is this happening literally? Is this happening figuratively? I have no idea.
Yeah, it just
Like
happens.
40 years since I've first seen this movie. I still have no idea.
Yeah, it just happens. It's like, yeah, he's fighting
Yeah.
Clark Kent in this junkyard. At some point,
Yeah.
Superman gets him in.
Also, why does this junkyard have a gigantic tank full of acid?
I don't.
He dumps Clark into a tank full of acid.
The kids love acid, John. I don't know if it's
What is it with this movie and acid?
It's the early 80s. Acid is in, baby. Do you not know this? Early 80s, people love, acid, Michael Jackson,
Yeah,
and,
right.
and computers.
And cocaine,
And cocaine. So much
which
cocaine.
I feel like explains a lot about this movie.
Yeah. So, I mean, so at some points, like Superman does crush Clark in this big compactor, but
Yeah,
Clark fights his way out because Clark has
right.
superpowers, and he
Hmm.
like crushes him with this huge magnet, but then
Yeah,
he fights his way out.
and Clark throws a bunch of tires around Superman.
Yeah, and like it ends with basically Clark choking out the evil Superman, and then
Yeah,
that guy just
good wins over evil by good strangling evil.
just a wrestling chokehold. Just
And then the evil Superman just disappears, and so Clark is sort of reintegrated, and now he's just Clark Kent, and then he rips open his shirt, and he's just regular Superman underneath that. So
it
again, did that literally happen?
it's so confusing. Is this like, all right? Is this metaphorical? Is this of theater of the mind? Is
I don't know.
what what?
It's so weird.
It's so bizarre.
It's so weird.
How bizarre! How bizarre!
Yeah,
So Superman's back, baby. Like
he's gonna get yay, and his suit is light again. It's not like that dark greasy shit.
yuck.
Yeah,
Yes, he used OxyClean and something clean out all the spots.
I guess so. Yeah, he's like evil is very oily in this movie.
Yes. So he goes back to speaking of oil, he goes back to the oil tanker that he punched a hole in. He fixes the hole.
Yep.
He goes to see where Lorelei was.
Yeah,
Lorelei's not there.
at the penthouse where they
Where-
got it on.
Yes, they consummated
Yeah,
the beast with two backs.
yeah,
And so she's not there, but Vera left him a video message telling them exactly where he can find them
yeah.
in the canyon with the giant computer.
Right.
They set a trap for him. Superman flies over, and Vera, Ross, and Lorelei is there. Gus is like on his way there.
He's riding a burro while the others are like taking these balloon things down to the canyon.
like these balloon bikes or something.
Yeah,
I don't know why they didn't have one for him, but
Gus is afraid of flying.
Oh,
so he's
okay.
like, yeah, I'm gonna just take this burro down. And so they get down there into the big secret cave chamber where the supercomputer is.
right.
And suddenly Ross's sister Vera, she's like, I know all about computers. I can operate this supercomputer because I know more than like PhDs. And it's like, okay, what, too bad we couldn't set that up earlier in the film or something.
Yeah,
But
like
okay.
yeah. Why if you know all this stuff, why didn't you do that shit with the weather satellites in Colombia?
Yeah, why do you need Gus Gorman at all if now you know all about computer shit?
Yeah, it's so
Like, they could have at least had, like, Vera be the one to realize that Gus was doing computer shit, and that's how they find the embezzling or something.
yeah. Like I don't.
You know?
Yeah, like it seems like Vera doesn't get like any urgency or a backstory until this
Most
late.
of the movie, I'm just like, why is this character here? She doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, and I guess
It's so weird.
this is her moment now. I guess so.
Yeah,
They see Superman is flying to see them.
yeah.
Vera fires some missiles at them.
Oh, and when she spits out the directions, they are just the bullshittiest bullshit that's ever bullshitted. She's just like, turn Alpha 16 and dial like 29 through 64F.
Alpha,
just like,
yeah, Alpha Centauri, Beta 595, go.
they're just like spouting out random, like, what the writers think are high tech, and it's just like, go make a movie about computers if you don't know shit about computers.
Alpha, Omega, go Lords, go.
Yeah. Yeah, and they start shooting missiles at Superman, and the monitor is showing like this Atari 2600 type graphic thing as he's like dodging the missiles and stuff. Again, you don't see Superman really dodging missiles. You see crappy pixelated computer animation of Superman dodging missiles.
I mean, I think that's,
with points.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the budget thing, but yeah, it is kind of wacky. But then Superman dodges all the missiles, even the MX missile they shoot at him, and then he says, "Oh, right, Webster, the game is up," which is the first. I thought, like, how does Superman know who Ross Webster is? Like, they never.
That's a good point. Yeah,
they never met.
This is like the first time they've been in the same room in the entire movie. Superman has known nothing about Ross Webster's schemes. Yeah,
he doesn't know exactly what he's doing. Like, how does he know Webster at all? They never. This is.
He just comes in. There's like these two randos, and here's that blonde I slept with a day or two ago.
Yeah, just.
And she goes, "Hi, honey," and he just looks at her and goes, "I don't know you, lady."
Wow.
And she's like, "But we did the thing. We did all sorts of things." And he's like, "That wasn't me," and that's it.
Yep, that's it.
He's just like, "Nope, never did that. Never happened. I wasn't me."
Superman just ghosts her to her face.
Therefore, us sleeping together doesn't count.
I don't know you, chick. Peace.
I don't know. Like at least Lois Lane got an amnesia kiss. Come on, what the hell, man?
Yeah, he's just like, oh, that was some other dude. That wasn't me, baby.
That wasn't me.
I was tipsy off that kryptonite, girl. You know how I do.
Oh, how heroic. Okay.
I had kryptonite goggles on that night. God.
It's not a great ending to that.
It's really not.
It's really not.
Oh, you can't take me seriously when I had one too many kryptonites.
He was much sweeter with like Miss Tessmacher in the first film. He like took a little moment. He gave it a little stroke of the hair. Here he's just like, nope.
Later for you.
Didn't do anything. Didn't mean anything.
Later for you, Trick. Like Superman, my word.
Just like, you want Superman to be a little nicer about this. Like, he could be a little more delicate.
Yeah, peace out, bitch. I'm Superman. Like, wow. Superman.
It's like super ghosting.
Damn. So they trap Superman in this invisible shield, which is quite visible. It looks like just like
very visible. It's like this big plastic thing.
But he's able to shoot that out with his lasers, and then after that they use a kryptonite beam on him because they were able to recreate kryptonite with the right formula this time.
And Vera's just like, "Hey, we got it right this time." And it's like, "What? How did you figure out what the unknown element was? What the fuck?
How did you? It's an unknown element. How did you? It's unknown. It could be
an alien rock.
It could be anything, but you figured it out.
It's an element that doesn't exist on Earth. How did you figure it out? They just yada yada that shit.
They really did. It's like, no, we got it. We got it.
We got it.
Like, how?
Or hell, just turn him evil again. It worked before.
Yeah, just
You know, Ricky's thousands of miles away. He's not gonna.
just
Just turn him evil again. Superman will sleep with Lorelai again, and then you're all good.
there you go.
Right?
Bing bang boom. We're golden, baby.
So at this point, Gus is like, "Hey, I'm not on board with this anymore. This ain't cool."
Yeah.
So he turns against Ross Webster, and he decides to kill power to the computer. And yeah, so he like walks down the spiral staircase, and
Yeah. But then
this movie's definitely worse than I remember. I mean, I knew it wasn't good, but it's.
Because there's just so many plot holes in it that they're just kind of.
I know.
They just kind of duct tape.
It really feels like they're just making this shit up as they went along. Like, I think they just showed up on set each day and they're like, "What are we shooting today? Some shit. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. It doesn't have to conform with any scenes we previously did in the movie. What the hell?"
But then as Gus turned it off, the computer turns itself back on and it feeds itself because Gus deduces that it wants to live, and it takes away.
Because computers are magic. Yes,
of course. It's AI, baby. It becomes self-aware.
Yeah,
and it ends up draining all the power from Metropolis. And,
oh yeah, and we see all the power go out in that really crappy shot. Yeah,
right. So yeah, and then
super fake looking buildings.
Yeah, exactly. And then we see the kryptonite beam turns back on and continues to kill Superman. Then Gus destroys the beam, physically, but then it shoots another beam at Gus and it slams him against the brick wall.
Yes.
And
he's like, and then Ross's sister Vera, she gets absorbed into the computer,
which is the famous nightmare scene that any kid that grew up in the 80s remembers because it scarred them for life.
Yeah, that was like sort of 80s kids equivalent of like being scared of the Wicked Witch of the West in Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, because I will say, like, after watching it this time, it's not as creepy as I remembered it. It wasn't. It comes off more campy now to me as an adult.
It's half goofy, half creepy. Yeah, I mean the effects have not aged well, but
yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's why. Like it's not as disturbing as I remember.
I think if you see it through a kid's eyes, it is still kind of scary.
Because it is like a woman screaming as pieces of metal are getting fused to her skin as she turns into a robot against her will. It is.
Yeah, she becomes a robot lady, and then she's like sort of like doing that zombie walk thing.
Right. And while this is happening, Superman has left because he escaped the beam, and he fucks off to the chemical plant from the beginning of this movie and gets himself a jar of acid to fight the computer.
Right. Yes. He has one of those vials of acid behind it because acid can do anything.
It can do anything, baby.
Because computers are magic, but acid is more magic. So therefore, acid plus computers,
it can fix all the plot holes in your movie. Acid.
So we have the acid inside the computer. It's like this big 2-story computer thing. And the acid like starts heating up and it bubbles up, and it's like the mood slime in Ghostbusters 2. It just like thickens up and it's like bubbling over and it's splashing all around. It looks like raspberry jam.
Yeah, it really does. It's like in I keep comparing this movie to other movies, like in Ghostbusters 2 when they had that sludge from the sewer and it starts bubbling.
Yeah,
it looks
mood
like that.
slime.
Yeah, mood slime.
Yeah,
Times Square slime. Slime Square. But with the acid, he's able to destroy the computer. Everything, breaks down. Everything goes back to normal. Vera turns back to normal. And then Superman saves Gus, who's under some rubble, and he gives Superman gives Gus like this soul handshake, like this soul brother.
And then Gus is like, "Thank you, brother."
I was like, "What the?"
And this is like the first time that Gus and Superman have interacted in this film.
No, in what you call it earlier when he was dressed up as the general, and he gives him.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So this,
you're right.
So at this point,
he hardly interacts with Superman, I should say.
Yeah. So at this point, Superman rescues Gus. He leaves the rest of them there, like Ross and Lorelai and Vera. They're all still there, and
like he's just flying with Gus, like back to Metropolis, And then Gus is like, "Hey, what about the others?" And Superman's like, "Oh, don't worry, the police will take care of them."
It's like, has anybody called the police?
And it's just like, "What? Did you just like fuck off without? Is nobody watching them? What's going on?
Yeah.
Did you like tie them up at least?"
Yeah, it seems like they can escape whenever they want before the cops get there.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
And then
but it's a hidden location in the desert. Like, how are the cops gonna find that shit?
Yeah, I don't know. Did he just give him the latitude and longitude? He's like, yeah, go here to the Grand Canyon. and, and then also Superman just takes it upon himself to just like let Gus go, and Gus doesn't have to do any punishment for his crimes, and he's just like,
Yeah.
And they land at
like a coal mine,
a coal mining operation.
Yeah, and he gets Gus a job. That's a coal mine.
Yeah, he's like, "Do you have a computer here?" And they're like, "Oh yeah." And because this movie was directed by an Englishman, like almost all whenever he can fit a stereotypical Southerner in there, like all the Southerners in this movie are just like hicks. And it was the same thing in Superman 2. They're like, "Oh yeah, we got a big one in the office."
Yep.
and he's like, "Well, he'd do well to hire Gus Gorman to operate that computer for him." And it's just like, oh yeah, because that's never gone badly.
I mean, that's the thing. Gus committed many crimes.
Yes,
he's an excessive.
Yes, so many crimes.
Like, I mean, the embezzling, the fucking shit he did in Colombia, the oil tanker. He's very much a criminal.
Yes, as much as any of the others. But Superman, because it's Richard Pryor, Superman's just like, he's cool.
He saved me.
Let him go. Let him go freebase some cocaine. That's cool.
Oh, God. Oh.
I'm sorry, too soon?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And Superman also is like, hey, can I take one of these lumps of coal? And he, like, takes a lump of coal and he, uses his super strength to, like, crush it and, put the pressure on it. And he gets a nice diamond, which is apparently like a cut diamond.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that, but...
squeeze it in the right places.
Yeah.
Get a cut diamond.
He's that good at squeezing stuff. So he's got this gigantic diamond, and it's going to replace the diamond ring that Lana Lang had to pawn earlier.
Right. So then Superman just leaves Gus at this coal mining place, and then like Gus decides not to take the job because like, nah, I'm good, and then he just fucks on off back to Metropolis.
He's like, I'm gonna go back to Metropolis. Where's the nearest bus station? They're like, that's 9 or 10 miles that way. And he's just like, okay, well, I'll just walk.
And that's
it. That's the last we see of Gus.
That's it. Yeah. That's
it. No punishment. No lessons learned, really.
Nope.
He's just like...
just like, okay, well, goodbye.
Is he just going to go back to the unemployment office now?
I guess, yeah, he doesn't have a job anymore.
He's like, I had this job for 6 weeks, and what'd you do? Well, I embezzled $85,000 and tried to kill Superman, caused a tornado and an oil spill.
Yeah. I did some crimes.
I did lots of crimes. But so many crimes.
But Superman referred me, so I think I'm good.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're all ready to give him a job because Superman referred him.
He's one of my references.
Yeah, I guess Superman is a reference for him.
I guess so. So then we see Clark showing up at Lana's place because, like, I think
it's her hotel room.
At the hotel room, yeah, because now Lana and Ricky are in Metropolis now. They're just they just bounced, and like now they're
making a new life for themselves.
Making my way downtown.
Yeah.
So
how will you make it on your own?
Yes, and so Lana was expecting to see Superman, but Clark says, "Hey, Superman apologizes, but he won't be able to make it." And so, hey, maybe you and I could have dinner instead, if that's okay.
And Lana is so sweet. She's like, "Oh yeah, hey, I'd love that. That would be cool." I like that. I like how Netherfield plays it. She plays it like she sincerely does like Clark, and she responds to him, and she realizes he's a good guy.
Yeah,
and she and Christopher Reeve have a really nice chemistry together. So
they do. They're actually pretty good.
She's probably the best thing about this movie.
I would say so. I would agree. Yeah, but then as Clark and Lana make plans to go out, Brad shows up. Like, I guess he
Yeah.
followed Lana from Smallville to Metropolis.
I guess he's full on stalking Lana now or something. I don't know. They don't really get into it. Yeah, Brad is just suddenly there, and Clark has presented the new ring to Lana that Superman made, and he's like, I told him about the ring, and he thought it was a shame that you didn't have it, so here's her replacement. And then, of course, right after he presents it to her, something drops on the floor, and Clark has to get on his knees, and so Brad walks in on Clark on his knees. Lana's got a diamond ring on her finger, and he's like, "Huh?
You proposed to the girl I'm stalking, who's made it very clear that she wants nothing to do with me?
Huh? You're engaged?
Go,
Huh?"
whoa.
Yeah, and then
And then
I know Brad ends up on a food cart, and he rolls into the elevator.
yeah, wackiness ensues, and he gets handed.
Yeah, there's some slapstick bullshit, and
yeah, slapstick bullshit. That's
slapstick bullshit, and then and that's the end of Brad.
yeah, that's it. That's how they seem to end a lot of these scenes in this movie. Just
Yeah,
slapstick bullshit.
I think that's what the script just said, and then some slapstick bullshit happens.
Yeah. So then we cut to the Daily Planet. We see.
Oh, hey, remember the Daily Planet?
Hey, remember Lois Lane? She's back from her vacation.
Remember Lois Lane and Perry White and Jimmy Olsen? I don't think Jimmy Olsen pops up in this last scene. We see Jimmy Olsen with like a broken leg later, and then he just fucks off for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And but yeah, so Lois Lane pops back in from her vacation, and we see that Lana Lang has a job at the Daily Planet now as Mr. White's secretary. And then Lana and Lois.
Secretary.
Yeah. And Lana's and Lois meet for the first time. So that's
yes, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm having lunch with Clark," and she's got like this big ass diamond ring, and she's like, "Oh, Clark got it for me," and Lois is like, "Oh, I don't like the looks of this. What the hell's going on here?" I do like when Lois is like waltzing back into the Daily Planet, and they're like, "Oh, Lois, only you could go on vacation to Bermuda and come back with a story about corruption in the Caribbean." And she says something like, "Oh yeah, I knew I was onto something when my driver kidnapped me at the airport." And I'm just like, that sounds way more interesting than the movie we just got.
Oh wow, I totally missed that part. Oh shit.
It's like a throwaway line, but apparently Lois had this whole off-screen adventure.
It's a side adventure that just
Yeah, wow. And I'm just like, that does sound very Lois Lane.
Wow.
That she got into some trouble and she got out of it okay and came back with a great story. I mean, that is quintessential Lois Lane.
Right. And then the movie ends with Superman flying back to Pisa and putting the Leaning Tower back on its lean again.
Right, and then we get the guy who's selling the souvenirs of the Leaning Tower Pisa, and he's got straight ones now, and then he's like breaking all the straight ones because he's like, now I got fuck you, Superman, and that's the end of the movie.
Mamma mia!
Yeah, and then we cut to Superman flying in space and smiling at us and all that. Woo! This movie, man.
This movie was out of pocket. It was so wild.
It's wild.
I mean,
it is even more insane than I remember.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell it was just made by, I don't know, people that just, I don't know, like maybe they didn't read the comics at all, and they just had their own ideas, and they just tried to like shoehorn them into this movie, and
just, I mean, it's just, it's like you can tell when people have an affection for the characters and when they like grew up on the characters and they know and all that. And we weren't quite at that point yet.
Yeah.
I don't think we would really get that in Hollywood until like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I would say so.
We like really, really got superheroes. I mean, Superman the movie is wonderful, and it's about as good as a movie you could make of Superman. I think that's one of the great American movies. But man, it's amazing how quickly those things cratered after they let go of Richard Donner, man.
Yeah, like he really was the glue holding it all together. And they just got rid of the glue, and it just
Christopher Reeve is still in there. He's giving it his all.
He is.
I mean, and it's a good performance by him. What they give him to do.
Yeah, I
mean he performs it well.
Yeah, I mean the Superman versus Superman. It was interesting. I don't put this at the blame of any of the actors for all the actors are doing their best with what they got. This was the writing and the producers and the
Yeah.
people behind the scenes that
Also, what a bizarre idea to put Richard Pryor in a Superman movie.
yeah, like he's
Like, how do we think that those two things have any crossover at all? Like
I'm
this big R-rated comedian,
yeah, and
and
he just said off the cuff like I want to be in a Superman movie, and they were like,
right,
all right, and just
yeah,
based off of that, you think like what
it's
are we
so weird,
what are
right?
we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know, and it's like I don't know how much screen time Gus Garman has in comparison to Christopher Reeve,
Hmm.
but I feel like he has at least as much screen time as Superman does in this movie.
Yeah, he's in this movie quite a bit.
Yeah, it's like a good 75% Richard Pryor, and I feel like it's maybe 60% Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, and like
It's weird.
I get it because like Richard Pryor, he was a hot commodity at the time, but
He was big,
he
yeah,
he
but
doesn't fit in this world at all.
no,
Even
it's so weird.
I don't know.
And it's like
Hmm.
and Richard Pryor in a PG movie, you're already kind of tying his hands.
Really are.
I mean,
Like, hey, we know you're known for cursing and doing blue stuff, blue comedy.
yeah,
Let's just not do that and just do wild act them out while you slide down the side of a building.
it's so odd. It's like, and we hardly see Superman do Superman stuff in it.
Yeah, like what? It's like do they even know why people like Superman?
I don't think they do. It's so weird.
Oh, yeah,
It's so weird.
this movie was. I mean, it was fun to talk about. I had a good laugh laughing at it.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, how did you like Pamela Stevenson in this? Since she's the SNL person,
I thought she was okay.
she was pretty good,
yeah,
right?
it's hard to get a beat on her character. It's like, oh, she because
Yeah,
like there are times where she plays up the dopey blonde stereotype, but
yeah,
then there's times where she talks about how she knows what she's doing, but they never talk about like why she's doing that or why.
and yeah, there's no real payoff for that.
Yeah,
And they drop the whole seducing Superman thing like a hot potato. So again, it's like, well, why was this in here then? If we're not gonna
it was.
do anything with it?
It's just like eye candy, I guess, for for the
Yeah,
young boys or their dads.
I
And
guess
some of the
so.
moms out there
I
that
guess
like
so.
want to look at a
Sure,
pretty lady.
sure, yeah.
But yeah, I thought she was okay. That's it.
And yeah, it's really crappy how they just write off Margot Kidder
Yeah,
as
that's
Lois Lane. And once you know the behind the scenes reasons for that,
yeah,
it's so scummy.
that's scummy. That's inexcusable.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and
yeah,
and Perry White's got jack all to do. He's got like maybe 3 scenes in
yeah, it's
this.
all has to do with a bingo machine that doesn't really
Yeah,
go anywhere. That whole plot.
Jimmy Olsen's got a little more to do. I like Mark McClure as Jimmy Olsen, and
Yeah,
and he still looks young enough to play the part. I think
yeah, he does. He does.
he's like in his late 20s at this point, but
Yeah,
he could still pass as like a young adult. So
yeah, I
it still
can see
works.
that happening.
By Superman 4, he's getting a little long in the
Oh,
tooth. It's like, why does Jimmy Olsen have a receding hairline?
yeah.
Come on.
At this point, he's James Olsen.
Oh God, I hated that on the Supergirl show so much. Jimmy Olsen should not be hunky.
Should be goofy and dorky and nerdy.
I don't know. It's just it's such a shame because like the first Superman movie is so damn good, and if they just been able to maintain that, they could have milked the series like the James Bond series,
Yeah,
And
I mean, it seems like a thing where the money people felt like they just knew better than like the
yeah,
creatives, and that's where shit goes. That's when shit goes haywire.
yeah, and it's just like I don't know. I think it's just so many people they just didn't know what to do with Superman, and it's like I don't know. He's a pretty simple character, He's pretty straightforward, so
Yeah.
just do that,
Or just read the comics and see why. Like, I think that's the main thing. Like, you have to know
Yeah.
why your character is popular and beloved. Why do people like him so much?
Yeah.
And like, if it's something you think it's something, oh, because he's strong and he fights, machines, and he's like, like
Right.
that's all exterior stuff. But like, no, you got to get,
Mhm.
deeper and like to the heart of why people connect to your superhero in order to really know.
At this point, there were literally like 45 years worth of stories in the comics. You could have found something
Yeah, but I don't know.
rather than just making up random shit to do. It's I
It's
don't
pretty
know.
lame.
It's
But
yeah,
yeah.
it's just a shame because Christopher Reeve is so good. He's still one of the all-time great superhero castings, and
Mm.
just so much of the time he didn't get the material he deserved as the character.
Yeah,
So
no, for sure, for sure. It just did not. But
yeah,
it's a bummer. But that's our thoughts on Superman 3 of a fascinating mess of a movie. Uh,
it is a fascinating mess.
but
You
what
know,
did you listeners think? We got a few notes on it. I put it
uh-huh.
up on our Facebook, and from Mario Lanza, he says that that junkyard scene is way too good to be in that movie. It has always been one of
Yeah.
my favorite scenes in any '80s movie, which is well,
You kind of want to like airlift that scene out and just like put it in a better
yeah,
movie.
it is an interesting scene. Like I would
Yeah.
like to explore that, but yeah, it was.
You could make a whole movie about like Superman turning evil, you know?
Yeah, why couldn't have that been the
I
thing?
mean,
'Cause
you could
that's
do a whole lot of that and
mhm,
yeah, and
oof.
yeah.
And on the Blue Sky, our good friend John Anais, who's suggested this movie, says, "A, I'm sorry, and two, I apologize for nothing."
Well, that makes total sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's it. Any closing thoughts, John, on Superman 3?
I mean, it's not good. This is probably the first time I've watched this movie from beginning to end in at least a decade, if not two. And I don't know if I will ever subject myself to it from beginning to end again.
Yes. Well,
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Maybe I was watching it with a commentary or something where they just explain how it all went so wrong.
that would probably be the best way to look at it,
Yeah.
like a Mr.
Yeah.
Science Theater style or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully there's no SNL connection in Superman 4, so we won't have to deal with that. And oof,
Yeah.
and
That's
yeah.
John Cryer's in it.
Mm,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I can't think of any SNL people who are in it. Yeah,
Perfect.
Superman 4 is also not good, but it's also like this movie at times you can tell it has a budget.
It does. It does.
I mean, you see them cutting corners in some places, but yeah, Superman 4 is a very cheap looking movie because it was a very cheap movie.
Oof.
So like the effects aren't good and that doesn't help,
Oh,
when
boy.
you're doing a Superman movie.
Oof. All right. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
our thoughts on the movie, and that's the end of our podcast, guys. Thanks for listening as always.
Ever?
No, I mean
Holy
just
shit.
this
Oh my
episode.
god. We're ending? This is the last episode?
No, this episode, sir. That's what I mean.
Oh, this episode.
Yeah. We're gonna be back, baby. We gotta be back because SNL comes back next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So join us when the show comes back in December, first show of the month of December. Melissa McCarthy and musical guest Dijon.
Dijon.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And as always, you could follow us on Blue Sky at SNL Nerds. You could donate to our Patreon at Non-Productive.com. Listen to this little podcast on our YouTube page. Go to YouTube.com and find us at Non-Productive. And as always, you can follow me, myself, and I on all the social medias at Darren Credible. That's DARIN Credible.
And you can follow me on all the socials at Trumbull Comic. That's TRUMBULL and the word comic. And just follow us. And we got a Facebook page too. You can follow us there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And wow. So yeah, next week SNL's back. Melissa McCarthy. How many times is this for her hosting? She's like in the 5-timers club. I know
she is. This upcoming one will be her 6th time hosting.
Ooh, okay.
Magical 6.
Okay. Maybe she's going to play somebody in the Trump administration.
Ooh.
Again. They always like casting the women as members of the Trump administration because they know it pisses them off.
Yeah, she'll make a great Pete Hegseth.
Yeah. Sean Spicer isn't a thing anymore, but I bet they'll have her as somebody.
They just might. Who can tell? Who can say?
Who can say? But she's a solid host, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she does again. So
You're here.
that'll be fun. So join us next week. Give us your thoughts on what's happening next week, and we'll see you back here next Tuesday. But until then,
Nerds out!
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.